are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Takes this about 5 yards deep, and this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
The tackle made by Joey.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete.
Nice play there, first incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
29-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Malcolm Jenkins.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
That is a deep shot that's complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Fielded in the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go?
The ball is out. Coming forward.
And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. We figured they'd come out with intensity and aggressiveness on the defensive side of the ball, and they have an early turnover to show for it.
They lived up to their reputation. That's who they are. They want to attack on every play, even though they're playing defense. And you're exactly right. Force the early turnover, and now they'll try to attack again and again throughout the game.
And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. The rookie he was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
23-yard line.
To throw is Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Alvin Kamara hit the NFL with a bang, had double-digit touchdowns in his first 2 seasons. Now, production fell off a little bit last year. Just 6 times did he find the end zone. But his ability to run it and catch it out of the backfield makes it hard to cover. Look for a bounce-back season in 2020.
Breeze with the handoff to
a gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tackled at the 20.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Breeze on the check down. He finds Kamara. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 14. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Breeze sacked.
And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17.
To throw, it's Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Prepared by Nick Nelson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll take over first.
He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well. With Melvin Gordon moving on to Denver, Austin Eckler is officially the Chargers' #1 option at the running back position. Gordon spent a lot of time holding out last year, and Eckler took full advantage with a breakout season. 92 receptions, 993 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He was in the top 10 in the league in receptions, receiving touchdowns, and all-purpose yards.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
On the ground, it's Eckler. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down.
First down, Los Angeles.
From the 50, here's Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete. Joe Reed, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? On second down, Kamara. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First grab for Thomas. It's good for a first down as well.
Come on, one thing for sure, you know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a third down pass, and Drew Brees finds him and keeps this drive moving.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. So we got 3 at 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Shotgun now for Brees. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. 6 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Alvin Kamara. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
From midfield, here's Brees. And he takes a shot on the release. says this will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. No one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Chargers.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. Complete. It's Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
First down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Mike Williams the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Around 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Breeze leaves this one with Camaro. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Got it. He finds Sanders. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 2 veterans, Breeze to Sanders there for a Saints first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
No gain on the play.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is.
Herbert has him knocked free.
Coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On second down, here's Herbert. And this was complete to Reed. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Chargers.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the passing complete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Herbert. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown.
Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Hunter Henry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead.
Makes the
extra point by Badgley up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Michael Badgley.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Casey Hayward on the
2nd and 10.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. It's brought in by Harris. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On first down, Breeze. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Lutz's kick is good. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Taken in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10. At their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Once more, here's Eckler. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Running on first down, Eckler. Again, he finds an opening. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 31 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun. Herbert throwing the out route incomplete. That's Reed. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by the rookie linebacker, Kenneth Murray. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown.
Lining up for the extra point.
This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start with a give to Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
The tackle made by...
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And his crew will take over the football at the 35-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Jenkins on the tackle.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half-yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
A gain of 11.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Herbert on 1st down now. And his throw is incomplete. Austin Eckler, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback, because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up near the 44. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
It's Eckler again. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Breeze. It's caught by Sanders. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Good catch there by Emmanuel Sanders, and he's exactly who you want in your locker room and who you want on your team. He can integrate into an offense quickly. He joined the San Francisco 49ers at midseason last year and had a huge impact in their run to a Super Bowl. He's a veteran receiver that everyone respects. And yes, he can still play.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Throwing now is Breeze. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And my goodness, another interception. Desmond King picks it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So call off the pick six.
Everything looked right. It looked like it was in their favor. Returned it for a touchdown, as you just described. But instead, the penalty for interference nullifies everything.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. And now it's 3rd down and inches. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit at 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And now here's another interception, picked by the rookie linebacker, Kenneth Murray. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now Breeze wants the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long.
It's coming, and down he goes. It was Melvin Ingram that time who shot in to bring him down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. That's to his running back, complete. He is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Eventually able to knock this one through, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And this will be incomplete. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And that'll make it 3rd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. You were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
That is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
It's a big one there for the Chargers. 46 yards on the ground. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. The Chargers going to signal for the first of the... timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they take a knee. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were thrown for a loss.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Badgley able to punch this one through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. Breeze now on 1st down. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Breeze now on first down. There's that man again. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. On first and 10, here's Breeze. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line.
At the 14-yard line.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. Another one thrown incomplete. Casey. Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away.
Casey Hayward on the coverage.
Three straight incompletions. They don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 13-yard line.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do
it. It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down. Tonight's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number